Welcome back, everyone. Time for us to go ahead and do a comparison between the iPhone 12 and the Samsung Galaxy S22 and see which specific phone you should go ahead and pick up. Now, the iPhone 12 came out 2020, the Galaxy S22 just came out, so there's about a year and a half difference between these two. I will leave both these phones linked down in the description. You can get them from there and help support the channel at the same time. Now, funny enough, on the front, they kind of have the same type of setup for the most part, although the S22 definitely looks a little bit better in my opinion. The iPhone 12 on the front has that 6.1-inch Super Retina XDR OLED panel, and it's still a pretty good panel. It definitely doesn't feel old or outdated. And for the iPhone 12 series, none of those panels had 120 hertz, so this thing was pretty good at that time. You have the flat sides on it, which give the illusion that the panel is a little bit less bezel-less. You do have that notch though, which is a little bit outdated nowadays, but it's still a very good panel, and I'm a humongous fan of it for sure. Now, on the S22, on the other hand, this thing has a much better setup in my opinion. You have a 6.1-inch dynamic AMOLED display, 120 hertz, so a very good looking panel for sure, and it's also a hole punch display, which I really like. Now, the resolution is actually a little bit lower. You have 1080p on the iPhone, you have 1080p on the S22. The resolution's a little bit higher on the iPhone 12, but you're not really going to notice it too much. You do have an inbuilt fingerprint sensor in the display as well on the S22, but you're also getting that flat sides again on the Galaxy S22. Now, the iPhone 12 sides are a little bit more flatter. This one is a little bit more curved, and I would say the S22 is a thicker phone as well. So that's something I've seen as well, but it's definitely not a crazy thing, and both of them do feel really, really good in the hand. Now, on the back, we have kind of the same type of thing. I mean, they're both kind of like that white silver, which look good. The iPhone 12 has that standard glass back with a dual camera setup. The Galaxy S22 has that frosted glass back with a triple camera setup. So it really depends on which type of layout you like more. I think most people, and including myself, will kind of gravitate more towards that, frosted glass back. It's weird because if you kind of hold it in some ways, they kind of look like the same thing, which is so weird. There's no, Apple logo here, but you do have that Samsung logo, which is kind of like not even visible for the most part. USB Type-C on the bottom of the S22, Lightning on the bottom of the iPhone 12, IP certification on both as well, and that really pretty much covers it up on the outside. There's not really that big of a difference between these two. Now, a big thing to keep in mind is that even though the Samsung Galaxy S22 is much newer than the iPhone 12, these are going to be lasting around the same time. Apple is still selling the iPhone 12 brand new for, I believe, $699 or something around that price tag, and that is still a pretty decent price tag to pay. It's about $100 cheaper than this one brand new, but these things are going to be lasting around the same time in terms of software longevity. This phone is going to be lasting for about 5 years, 4 years of OS updates, and then 5 years of security updates. The iPhone 12, on the other hand, is probably going to be lasting maybe like 4 more years of OS updates and then 5 years of security updates, or maybe even 7 years of security updates. We really don't know. So this phone has the potential of lasting as long as the S22 as well, even though it is kind of older than the S22, which is really cool. That's how much Apple supports their phones, which is awesome. And I like the future of the iPhone 12. I'm going to probably like the future of the S22 as well. So there's really not going to be one phone that completely outlasts the other one here. So that's a big thing to keep in mind. So in terms of software longevity, that covers it up. Now let's go and do a speed comparison between both these phones. The iPhone 12 has that Apple A14 Bionic chip inside of it with 4 gigabytes of RAM, where the Samsung Galaxy S22 has that Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 chipset inside of it with 8 gigabytes of RAM. So let's go and see which one is the faster phone between both of these. Okay, now that we're back, let's go and clear all the apps in the background. And on the iPhone 12, they're cleared out. And on the Galaxy S22, they're cleared out. So let's get into it. iPhone 12 here, S22 here. Let's do phone calls, 3, 2, 1. And this table is very rockety, I just realized. Hopping out of this one, let's go and get into their cameras. 3, 2, 1. And I don't know why it didn't open up on the S22. We'll just go here. Let's go and take a photo on night mode. 3, 2, 1. And let's see which one takes longer. So the S22 took substantially less time to be in the exact same condition and take that photo. And this one kind of glitched up, it looks like. And I guess not. So let's go and hop out of here. Let's do their Play Stores. 3, 2, 1. And definitely looks like the S22 was faster, which is good. It is that newer phone. Typically, I sigh because I use iPhones and I want them to be faster. But it looks like the S22 is actually a little bit faster. I've noticed this with a lot of Android phones. Their Play Stores just load up like so instantaneously. Let's go and get into their settings app real quick. I want to see some differences. 3, 2, 1. Kind of the same thing scrolling through here. I can definitely tell you, even though the S22 has that 120 Hz panel, I'm starting to see a lot of similarities here, which is really interesting to me. Let's do Snapchat. 3, 2, 1. And the Galaxy S22 was actually a lot faster than I thought there. That was actually really interesting. Fruit Ninja. 3, 2, 1. And this time, it may be the iPhone 12 that's faster. and it was the iPhone 12 that was faster overall. The S22 a little bit slower. Very interesting. Let's go and hop out of this one. Let's go and get into Instagram, which I'm already logged in here. So let's do thank you 321. And the S22 was much faster here. The iPhone 12 a little bit slower. So starting to see some differences. I kind of want the S22 to be faster too because it is that newer phone. So I would love to see some bigger differences here. Let's go and get into Dune, which I do not have. Let's do Temple Run 2, 3, 2, 1. And it looks like the S22 is going to be the faster one here as well, which, like I mentioned, is good. You know, this is a newer phone, a little bit more expensive, so you want it to be faster, and the S22 was faster here. However, this game just crashed on this phone. I always forget about it. Very weird. I don't know why that game crashes every single time. It's very, very strange. Snake versus Blocks, 3, 2, 1. And you can see the S22 very fast. iPhone 12 a little bit behind, you know, not really like a crazy big difference, but definitely some noticeable changes, which is really, really good to see. Stack, 3, 2, 1. And I don't know which one was faster here. They both kind of gave me the same impression. To add was lower here or slower here than this one, but pretty much the same thing. Hopping out of this one, that kind of covers up most of the apps I wanted to test. I will tell you, I'm not really seeing a phone that's like substantially faster than the other one. That's kind of something I've been seeing time and time again. It's kind of the same thing. Even though the iPhone 12 doesn't have a 120 hertz panel, it still is very smooth. And if this one is the 120 hertz and this one isn't, there's actually a lot of similarity here, which is so crazy to me. So I will do a full speed comparison between these two, and I will also do a full camera comparison between these two. Let's go and quickly hit on them. So on the back, like I mentioned, dual camera setup on the iPhone 12, a wide and an ultra-wide sensor. The Galaxy S22 on the other hand has a wide, ultra-wide, and telephoto lens. So you have the ability of zooming in and out a lot versus the iPhone 12 has the ability of just zooming out a lot. Now both these cameras are great. I will tell you though, the Galaxy S22 definitely has a lot more capability when it comes down to it, you guys can tell. I mean, you have the same type of layout, you know, the camera thing is almost the same exact size too, but you can see you have portrait mode, you have all these other options here, but the S22 has this more mode, which is just like options, and there's so many cool things that you have on the S22 where you don't have on the iPhone 12, and you don't even have it on a lot of other Android phones. Like the Pixel camera layout is also very, very basic. So Samsung does a great job. They also teamed up with a lot of social media applications to actually make it a lot better. But I don't know, iPhones are just notoriously amazing for their social media. Like if you're filming TikToks and Instagrams and stuff, the iPhone 12 is going to be the best one here. And I'll definitely tell you, the iPhone 12's camera has been really good. Really, anything I've ever done with this lens has been amazing. I've been able to take really good photos and videos. I used the 12 Pro for a while, and although the experience of that phone was weird, the camera was really, really good in my opinion. On something like the Galaxy S22, you're definitely going to be getting, I think, the better camera for sure. I mean, the colors on here look amazing. You have that 8K capability on the back, 4K 60 on the front of both these, which is amazing. And you do have like more options. You have a lot more capability on this camera. However, it really depends. If you're going to use other social media apps, maybe it makes sense to use the iPhone 12, but Samsung has improved that now, which is good. So in terms of that, that covers it up there. In terms of battery life, I will also say that the S22 may have the better battery life when it comes down to it. I will have to do a battery test between these two, but the iPhone 12's battery life wasn't really that great, to be honest. So I'll save that for the battery test. But which one should you go and pick up? I will tell you, as always, if you like iOS, if you like iPhones, go for the iPhone 12, or better yet, the iPhone 13. But the Galaxy S22 definitely has more features here. You're getting that 120Hz display, a better display for sure, potentially better battery life, which is important. You're getting reverse wireless charging, way better camera setup, potentially faster performance, but I couldn't really tell that big of a difference if I'm being honest. I think the iPhone 12 is a really good phone, especially if you're buying it in the used market. This phone is cheaper in the used market, which is really good. It's even cheaper in the brand new market. You're getting smooth phone, you're getting smooth display, long software support, humongous community with the Apple ecosystem, which is great. Still a really good camera, wireless charging, IP certification, all that good stuff. This is still a very good phone. Personally, the phone that has more features is the S22, but the iPhone 12 seems to be the more stable phone, and probably the phone I would recommend more people to buy, but this phone is really good. Like, they're both almost the same thing, to be honest. So that pretty much covers it up. If you guys have any other questions or anything, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that means so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.